What's up guys, gals? It is I, once again, Joseph Cohen Mason, aka Mr. Gamer 990, and today guys, gals, I want to review a very awesome game I love so much. One of my all-time favorite games in the history of video games, in the history of any games in general, and that game is Resident Evil 1. Directed by Shinji Mikami and produced and developed by Capcom, the game company behind such games like Street Fighter and Devil May Cry and all that kind of crazy insane games, including Dragon's Dogma. I love those kind of games, but Resident Evil 1, Jesus Christ, finally they really remastered, updated, and they brought the Resident Evil, first Resident Evil game from the GameCube remake on to the PS4, the PS3, the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and on PC. They finally remastered the game and brought it to life in remastered HD format, and I am so glad about that, guys, gals. I fucking love this game, and this video will have a lot of nostalgia for me in the Resident Evil game because I love this game so much. Now, Resident Evil 1, the original on the PS1, it has its place among the classics of all time, but the voice acting, everything about that game was so mediocre and so just lackluster. But Resident Evil, the remake on the GameCube, and now on the remastered edition on the PS4, which I played, is just outstanding. It really is great. The voice acting sure has some problems, but you can expect that from Capcom. But I really do love Capcom a lot, and the voice acting, despite it being kind of okay, kind of good, kind of great, it's still a very great game, which yes, has the tank control. The tank control is back, and you also have the analog stick, which has been applied to the PS4 version of the Resident Evil 1. You also have like the same atmosphere, the same level that you have to pass through. Each level of the game, it gets more and more horrific, and I really do love this game a lot. Now, the basic plot, it follows the STARS Alpha team who are investigating the mansion in the outskirts of Raccoon City, and they try to investigate bizarre murders that have been occurring in the mansion. And these murders have the rumor behind it is that the victims were apparently eaten, and the Alpha team are sent to investigate the mansion to find out what's going on there, which they do, and things go wrong for Captain Wesker and Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Barry Burton, and a bunch of other members of STARS Alpha team who are trying to find their missing comrades, the Bravo team. And the Bravo team consists of Enrico and Rebecca Chambers, and this game has a lot of story behind it, especially if you played Resident Evil, the past games. And this game, oh my god, it is just so good, guys. It is so good. I mean, sure, it's very typical. You have the tank control, you have everything that is very classic about this game, like the old style of video gaming, like, you know, the controllers are still the same as the original Resident Evil on the GameCube and probably also the PS1. But this game, what makes it so great and what makes it stand out the most among all horror games and survival horror games in general is the atmosphere. It's the setting, it's the surrounding, it's the unknown. It's not knowing what's behind this room or not knowing what's waiting for you in the next area, what's going to eat you, what's going to kill you, what's going to rip you to shreds. This game is known for its atmosphere, its insane, horrific monster design. It's known for so many things that makes the Resident Evil game the best survival horror game, right next to Silent Hill, Konami's Silent Hill, which I love so much. And this game, along with Silent Hill, Resident Evil is the best, probably the best action adventure survival horror game I played. Silent Hill was more of a psychological thriller slash horror game, which has a lot of emphasis on the psychological aspect of horror, while this game is more focused on the action, the shooting, and the survival part of horror. And survival horror has been it's been brought to like I think it's been brought like to it became to being it came to be because of this one classic horror game from the 80s. But then Resident Evil came around in 1996 and it really changed the form of survival horror for every gamers and every games out there. And I really do love Shinji Mikami because Shinji Mikami made a game which puts a strong emphasis on the whole survival horror aspect and what makes horror so great, because horror can come in many ways, in many forms. Now, horror is something which can be defined as either psychological or something which is shocking or horrific. Now, I love this game because it's one of those games that you can never stop playing. You can't get over the fact that this game is scary. This game, it will really shock you. There are points in the game where I was just walking down a corridor and all of a sudden, boom! A zombie came out of nowhere, attacked me, and he was like, "Surprise, motherfucker!" I mean, that is one of the things I love about the Resident Evil games. It still manages to shock you. It still manages to, make you feel almost like you're not safe. You're not aware of what's going to happen to you or your friends. And the majority of the game, the majority of it, you are alone in this one empty mansion. Now, the mansion is not empty. It's full of monsters and full of your comrades. But at the same time, this mansion contains a lot of mystery, a lot of puzzles, a lot of it's almost like a platform game. We have to solve different puzzles in the game, and it's so awesome, it's so cool, it's so much fun. I love this game so much. And this game, it has a lot of nostalgic moments in the Resident Evil games, which I love so much. Such moments like the whole, thank God, you were almost a Jill sandwich. Yes, Jill sandwich is in this game, and that Jill sandwich reference never gets old. No, it doesn't. I love Jill. Oh my God, I fucking love Captain Chris Redfield. I'll call him Captain Chris Redfield, a BSAA, because I can. I love Chris Redfield, and this game gives you an option. It gives you an option where you can choose between two characters. Now, the two characters you can choose are either the original character of Chris Redfield on the GameCube version, or the most recent version of Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 5. And I love this game so much. It really is one of those games that really will give you a lot of nostalgic feeling of what's like to play a Resident Evil game, and what's like to play a game that reminds you of what makes Resident Evil so great and what makes survival horror the best kind of genre you could possibly want in a game. Because I love two kinds of games in the gaming industry. I love RPG role-playing games. I love action games. But most of all, I don't just love any action games. I love survival horror action games, like The Last of Us, like Silent Hill, all those kind of games. But no game has ever touched the level of survival horror and action, combined the two, the way Resident Evil does. Especially Resident Evil 1 on the GameCube, now on the PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360 and PS3. Also PC, yes, PC gamers, you get a PC version of Resident Evil. Good for you. I love you all so much. And oh my God, guys, I talk about just about everything about this game, and you also have your shotgun. In this game you have a lot of weapons. You have the shotgun, you have the magnum, you have the handgun, you have the flamethrower for God's sake, you have a knife, a survival knife. You have every weapon at your disposal, and what I love about this game so much is the fact you can play between two characters, Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield. And this game is not exactly a long game, because this game is pretty much it's pretty much like a game which takes about I would say 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 hours to complete. It takes a short while to complete the game if you know the mechanics, if you know the way around the mansion, if you know the way around the area you're exploring. And this game, it's one of those games which I really love. I love this game so much, guys, gals. And honestly, if you don't like Resident Evil because of, for God knows what reasons, you're missing out a lot. This game is what makes survival horror the best game and the best game series in the history of game. I love this game because of how it brought new life to survival horror. It brought new life to it was new to the game in general, and I love this game because it's not exactly revolutionary in terms of the HD format or the HD remastered, the HD remastered format they made in the game. But I love this game because, for one reason, it has what survival horror games nowadays are lacking, besides The Last of Us, which is atmosphere, setting, and the unknown, and being alone. Guys, see, loneliness is something you do not want to have or to experience, because the idea of being alone and no one there to protect you, no one there to watch out for you as a zombie is about to attack you, or if a hunter is about to slash your head off, or if a dog is about to eat you to shreds. I mean, this game explores what horror is all about. It's not about what you know, it's about what you don't know. And what you don't know is something that really scares people the most. And what scares me the most. I'm always scared. See guys, there was a point in my life where I was scared to even play this game because of how scary it was. And I'm making this video so long, I'm prolonging it because this is the kind of game we have to talk a lot about it. There's a lot to talk about this game, a lot. But I will say, this game, it really is a game. The last thing I want to say about this game is, this game is something which you have to play, not because it's a survival horror game that started the survival horror genre, because it is what survival horror nowadays are missing. Atmosphere, setting, characters you care about, the whole unknown behind the mansion, the whole unknown behind the horror of what lies beyond your comprehension. That is what makes a true horror game. It's the unknown. And I love this game, guys, gals. I love Capcom. I love Shinji Mikami. I love Captain Chris Redfield, BSA. I love Jill Valentine. I love Albert Wesker. Yes, I'm evil, Albert Wesker. Yes, yes. Oh my god, that's a bad impression of Wesker. Sorry, Wesker. I salute you, man. And goddamn, take those glasses off, guy. You have those shades? They're annoying me. Those shades are annoying me, boy. Oh yes, they are. And oh my god, guys, my question to you and Chris Redfield's campaign: what the fuck happened to Barry Burton? Where is he? Where has he gone to? Come on, man. Chris is in trouble, Jill's in trouble, and you're just like, whoop-de-doo-doo. Bye-bye, guys. Sayonara. Oh my god. Barry, I love you, man. I love you so much. But until you come back and you make up for what you missed in Resident Evil 1, you owe me big time, brother. You owe me big time. Until then, guys, gals, please play Resident Evil 1 on the PS4, Xbox One, or even the PC if you want, or PS3, or like Xbox 360, whichever you prefer. And I love this game so much, guys, gals. I fucking love this game. It's HD format remastered. I love it. It's beyond word itself. I'm giving this game a 10 out of 10 stars. A 10 out of 10 motherfucking stars. This is my kind of game. It's my kind of game. I love it so much. And survival horror is not back, but it has been. Oh my god, you know what? Fuck it. Yes, survival horror is back. It's back to what it should be, and what it used to be, and what can always be if gamers and game developers take horror more seriously, okay? Thank you. Until then, guys, gals, peace out, take care, give a thumbs up if you like this video. Until then, adios, amigos, and au revoir.